Hi, everyone. Welcome to the February 19th Zoom meeting for Eclipse Megamovie. Welcome stars and welcome mega volunteers. I just want to orient us to the various options on Zoom. We are going to do informal chats and discussions in the meeting chat, but please put official questions into the Q&A section. If you've never used that before, please check for it on the bottom of your Zoom screen. It is from the chat. And we like that because we can answer it either live or asynchronously, and it is kept separate from the chat and it's kept out of the stream of chatter. For other people who are watching this asynchronously, it's a lot easier for them to see all of the answered questions. So if anyone sees a question that they can answer, please do post it in the chat and staff will try to catch it and move it over into the answers. And we are also going to have breakout sessions for the various specific topics that we want to cover today. So with that, I want to pass it over to Laura. There she is. Go on, Laura, take it over.
Okay, great. Welcome, everyone. This is our first kind of mixed group Zoom since our December science Zoom that we had. So I just want you to be aware that we have folks here who are in the Science Team Alpha recruits, our star folks, and we have mega volunteers who may or may not be using mounts or might be taking different exposures, and maybe this is they're really just signed up to take some photos, but not to necessarily contribute to the very precise scientific requirements we've set out. And so I want to thank you all for your interest. We have been, I don't know if you keep tabs on our website at all, we've been kind of refining our language as we bring people in and as we work with NASA for them, because they're doing some recruitment for us, the communications folks at NASA. So they have great ideas, just like you all have great ideas. And so we're making changes. So you might now hear, so star volunteers are still star volunteers. For that kind of next tier, if you either don't have the equipment that we need, or you just want to try to take some good pictures, then we're calling you now our observers, our Eclipse observers. We had different words in there before, but just so you know. And then we also have the Python machine learning folks coming in, but I don't know if any of you are here yet, but some of you, of course, will transfer from photographers to machine learning people. And we do have some students and a professor here who has his PhD in machine learning of images. So they're working to create a set of kind of a set to work with from our 2017 data, so we can be ready to use machine learning on the 2024 data set. Anyway, so that's kind of where we are right now on the project. And a lot of the star volunteers here have been giving us fantastic advice and corrections on our photography guide, which we just released on our website. I do know that there's still some inconsistencies in there, but keep telling us what those are. So I saw that you noted that for the darks. So please let us know. We want that as cleaned up as possible, because otherwise we're just confusing the new people coming in. And maybe you're still confused. Hopefully we'll clarify and create clarity. So that was another thing I wanted to say in terms of clarity. As you may or may not guess or have figured out, that you all have different cameras. You have, so the different types of cameras that a lot of you have are Canons, Nikons, Sonys. Some of you also have telescopes that are actually at this correct zoom level that we're looking for. And so then not only do you have 4 different brands, and that last one isn't even a brand, it's another bucket, but you have different versions of those cameras. So some of you have brand new Canons, some of you have very old Canons, some of you have mirrorless digital cameras. Some of you have mirrors on your digital cameras. Some of your cameras measure the temperature internally. Some of them don't. Some of them measure the temperature internally, but they're not correct. Some of them give you the exposure times, but they're not correct either. So there's all sorts of complications with this crazy project. And why did we do it? Because the 2017 practice run showed us that we are so close to getting data, science out of that data. And that data was even less constrained than this year's data. So I know that the data you get us is going to just blow us away, and I'm so excited about it. So essentially what we did with the 2017 data is we created high dynamic range images because we didn't have you, for those of you who joined us in 2017, we didn't kind of have you take enough photographs, and also the bracketing back then wasn't as nice as it is now. Xavier had the wonderful software that a lot of you use. If some of you don't know what these words mean, that's okay too. We will get you trained up in as much training as you want. So I just want to emphasize that this is, in some ways, it's for those of you who do engineering as a profession, it might seem a little chaotic, and it is. But it's also super cool, which I hope that's why you're part of it. And you get to be experts in your equipment, and you are experts, not even you get to be, you just are, a lot of you. And you're sharing with us all that expertise and with one another. So thank you. I also want to appreciate the really positive working environment that a lot of you have created in this big team. And we created some more refined codes of conduct this last week just to make sure everyone's communicating in a positive way, because this works really hard. And when things are really hard, you have to be really nice. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. I guess okay, so let me give you that was my overview of the project as we stand today. So for the remaining hour, well, we're not doing an hour, but the remaining 45 minutes for the next half hour, we are going to break out into 3 groups. So for 30 minutes, we will meet, the astrophotographers are going to meet together. And I've brought in one of my astronomy colleagues from Berkeley who also does education work. He's actually now the planetarium director at the Lawrence Hall of Science at UC Berkeley. And his name's Brian Mendez, Dr. Brian Mendez. He has astronomy PhD from Berkeley. I think I said that already. Anyways, and he's a very nice person. So he will, I know you astrophotographers have some very specific questions that I can't answer because I am not one. And so Brian at least will understand some of your questions better than I will. So I'm having him join you along with Hannah, because Hannah knows our project better than Brian. And then a lot of you also, the astrophotographers, will also know our project more than Brian. Brian was was on our team in 2017, so he also knows that he took beautiful photographs and made a very nice high dynamic range image that we actually put in a paper we wrote. So okay, so that's the context for Brian. If you haven't met him yet, most of you know Hannah, or you met her or in the last hour. For those of you just joining and you haven't been to any of our Zooms, Hannah's our communication specialist, and she facilitates a lot of great discussions in Discord as well as on our Zooms. So you'll have those two. And then the next breakout will be so that's breakout room number 1. So you'll go to breakout room number 1. Breakout room number 2 are the photographers who do not identify as astrophotographers. And I will be in that group with Robert. Robert is one of our administrative coordinators here in our Sonoma State University group, and he will help me record because I keep forgetting to do that when I'm supposed to do that. So thank you, Robert. And he will answer any questions about administration, and he helps us ship out all the mounts. So if you have questions about that, he'll probably know more about that. And then we will have the third group will be mount related questions, including our 3D printed mounts. So Jeffrey and Troy will be a part of that. Also, because Troy is, so Jeffrey helped us build those mounts and read the DIY and then supervised all the printing of the 3D printed materials. So he's really an expert in the 3D printed mount. And he's been also reading all of your emails about the other kinds of mounts. So you can, if some of you want to say more about that, you can go to that session as well. Troy is our programmer on our team, and he is working on the machine learning part as well. So if you're not making any photographs, taking any photographs, but if you want to hear about mounts, and then I don't know if there's going to be any discussions about hold off on the machine learning questions until all the mountain questions have been answered, but you could sneak one in there maybe. Okay, so those are our 3 breakout groups, 1, 2, and 3. And Troy, can you also make sure that you record? Oh wait, I don't have Darlene in there. Dar, I guess you can go to the
No,
Jeffrey.
actually, I'm going to stay in the main room and help anyone who's lost.
Yes, that's why I
Keep
didn't have you
recording.
there.
Yes,
That's
I'll
right.
be a shepherd for lost sheep.
Great. Yeah. So how do you go to the rooms? That is a great question. Thank you.
I made
So
the
the question,
rooms. Oh, I was going to say, I made the rooms and I named them exactly how Laura described. We're also going to put a summary in the chat so you can read and remember what we just said. And then when I open the breakout rooms, you guys can go where you want. That way, if you want to move rooms, you can. If you do get lost, come back to the main room. I can help you. It should be you can go to any room you want to.
Okay, but let me just also add, thank you so much, Star. Yes, perfect. So for those of you who still don't know kind of how do I do that, you would go down to the bottom of your screen and you should see some buttons that say breakout rooms. You'll click on those, and then nope, oh, because you haven't started them yet. Well, there will be there, and you'll click on the breakout room icon, and then you will click on join. If you find after the title for each breakout room, there's a little button that's kind of hard to see right next to the words. It says join. If you hover over it, I think it becomes blue, or maybe it's blue and you hover it over it, it becomes something else. And then when you join it, you'll be in there. And then the thing to recognize is when you're in a breakout room at the bottom, there will be 2 options: to leave Zoom or to leave the breakout room. If you leave Zoom, just come back in and you'll see Dar. Otherwise, just leave the room and you'll directly come to Dar. So either way, you'll get back to Dar, and then you can go back into the room if you accidentally leave the room. Okay. Anything else, Dar, you want to mention?
No, we should do a time for reconvening, and I will do cast messages so everyone can keep an eye on the time. What time would you like us to call back?
Yeah, let's do 30 minutes. So 47.
Okay, 5:47. You got it. Is everyone ready to go? All right, let's launch. Open all the rooms. Here we go. And remember, I can help you if you are having trouble. Have fun.
Thanks.
I don't see the breakout rooms.
I'm on an iPad.
So usually it's at the bottom of your Zoom and it's one of the options, kind of like chat and Q&A. There should be
Yeah,
one that
all
says
those
breakout
options
room.
are at the top of my Zoom, but I'm not seeing the breakout rooms.
Okay, let's see.
Can you put
Um,
me?
I
If
can. I can pick you up by the scruff of the neck and move you over. Which one are you interested in?
the second one?
The one that's for non-astrophotographers?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Morgan, I'm going to move you over. Here we go. Hope that works.
Ah, there. Now I see.
Great. Okay, everyone else know where they're going? Brilliant. Okay, Wick, where would you like to go? And I know you don't have, your microphone doesn't work, so after, okay, gotcha. Okay, let's move you over. Here we go. Okay. All right, Erin, can I help you move into a breakout room?
Yeah, sorry, I'm using the mobile app. I also don't see the breakout rooms.
No worries.
Can you put me in Troy's room?
Let's see. Troy was the mountain related questions with Jeffrey.
Well, yeah, I'm mostly interested in the Python, and I know you said we might not do that today, but that's where I'd like to go.
Okay, we probably won't get into that today, but yeah, I'll put you in the mountain related room, and if you ever want to move, just go ahead and leave, and I'll move you again. Okay, let's try. There we go.
Thank you.
Hi, Paul and Daniela. Everyone is in breakout rooms right now. So you can either move yourself. We have one more joining. Hi, welcome. Everyone's in a breakout room. Feel free to join. If you need help to be moved over, I can move you over manually. We have one for astrophotographers, one for non-astrophotographers, and one for mount-related questions.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're very faint.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't use my microphone on my personal PC very often. Let me scoot up a little bit more.
No worries, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'll take the non-astro. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. I'll take the non-astro photographers for $20.
For 500. Okay, let's see.
Yes.
I need the breakout rooms. Okay, so
Thank
that
you.
was Paul would like to do non-astrophotographers. Okay, there you go. Do you see it?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Right.
Dar, do you have the option to make me a co-host? I'm sorry, I haven't started recording yet because I'm not a host.
Oh shoot. I don't know if I can.
They're just talking about Star Wars, so nothing was missed, but
I think you have to go to Laura, whoever's the
all
host.
right.
I'm just a co-host.
She's in room 2.
She should be in room 2. Yes.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Hi, John. Everyone's in
Hi.
breakout rooms.
How about the mounting
Okay, room 3.
room? Cool.
I'm going to move you over. Here you go.
Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, Dar, I'm sorry. Laura says she can't make me a host. Do you think you can go in and just press record?
let's see. Yeah, but that means I'll have to stay here. So are you okay staying in the main room and just helping people? Because there's no point in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's
Tell
do-
them not to make too much trouble since I had to stay in here. They'll get it.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this recording instead of stopping it. I don't know what it's gonna do though. We'll see.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry.